Okay, so I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but right now my kid is in the other room watching Toy Story, and I have been trying to get him to watch this movie with me since the newest movie came out a few months ago. So, and that's Toy Story 5. So, I've been trying to get him to watch this movie with me for over a month at this point. And he just doesn't like to really sit down and watch movies, and I think it's just because his attention span is programmed at this point for YouTube short videos. And the irony is not lost on me that I'm recording this video for YouTube, but I have put a password on the YouTube app on our televisions. Today is day one, so we'll see how it goes. I got some pushback initially, but he's settled in already. It's been about 30 minutes since I've told him. He's still not happy with me. He says that his patience is at zero, which is a term I use around here. I tell him mom's patience is at a 2 or 3, or adjust it according to what the mood is like around here. But he's watching Toy Story. I'm happy about it. I really want for him to be going into his second grade school year more focused, with more clarity, with more of an ability to focus. Literacy and the lack thereof is a huge issue right now in the United States, especially. Well, I pay attention to the literacy rates among black and brown children, and they are appalling. And I don't want my son to fall into that statistic. I work really hard with him. I have worked really hard with him since he was born, reading and fostering a community and a culture of education and literacy in our home. And that extends to television. When he was young and I could control everything that he watched word game shows, he watched uh, PBS Kids, and he watched Nick Jr., and he watched Bluey, and I made sure that he had access to television that was going to help him and support me in teaching him how to speak, how to read, how to recognize words, how to put the sounds together, and all of the things that come with the basic building blocks of being able to read and being literate. And honestly, I'll be damned if I let YouTube Shorts rot his brain. Now, I'm not a monster, so I'm not going to take it away indefinitely, but his access to YouTube, where he was watching it every day, will be severely limited to about an hour to 90 minutes a week. And honestly, this is not just an adjustment for him, it's an adjustment for me because now I don't have YouTube to lean on to send him to watch when I have something to do. Now I have to fill some of that time that he spent watching shorts and watching short videos. I have to now mitigate that. I have to now fill the void and step in to offer him activities when he doesn't have YouTube to watch. Now, let me explain. Um, he never really watched anything that was inappropriate for kids. He actually just likes to watch people play Super Mario Brothers and Mario Galaxy, and more recently, it's been Super Mario Party, and he hosts. So as people play, and each character um, wins a game, and he hosts the mini games like it's a game show. That's his jam. And so now it's time to start recording him hosting his actual game shows. It's time to start getting the family together and getting friends together and actually having him host game shows. it's so important for me to lean into his passion and lean into his interests, but we have to do it in a way that's actually going to be teaching him something and is actually going to be adding value to his life. If he's able to stand up in a room full of people and confidently host them as they play silly games and answer silly questions, then he becomes more comfortable speaking in public, which gives you power as a leader. And he is a natural leader. Actually, for kindergarten, he was voted future president as his superlative. And I believe that. I believe that he has great leadership skills. And the only way for me to foster them is for me to put him in situations where he can lead people. And as the host of the game show, you are the leader. People are looking to you to know the rules, to know the gameplay, to determine who the winner is, um, and to, keep the vibe going. So I'm going to give him those opportunities in real time. I'm not going to take hosting away from him because it's so important to him. But I am taking YouTube away because I feel like it's detrimental. Now, the way I parent might not be the way you parent. You might not agree with what I'm saying. Or you might be like, girl, I know that's right. And either way, I'm doing what I got to do for my kid. Hopefully, once we get into a rhythm, he will just get used to the idea of not having YouTube as an option anymore. And of course, that's just when we're home. I can't really control what he does if he's visiting family or visiting friends and, happens to be under their care. I can ask that they don't allow him to watch YouTube, but, you can't make those decisions for other people's homes. But in this house, access will be limited. And I have given him the option of just helping me create videos here for our own YouTube channel, which honestly is way more productive than just being a consumer of the product, a consumer of the website, a consumer of the platform. We can be creators. That's the message that I want to send to my kid. Let's create more and consume less. So yeah, he's watching Toy Story, and now the goal is to get through the first and the second and the third and the fourth, and then we can eventually watch the fifth because it's time. It's time to make some changes around here. Anyway, that's one of the things we're doing to get ready for the new school year. What are some things that you're doing to prepare your kids for the 2026-2027 school year? I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. Anyway, I gotta go because it's time to do some other things. I just wanted to show up here and create this content. This is part of me also holding myself accountable. So let's talk about that actually. Before I wrap up, I do want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fact that I am trying to hold my son accountable to do things that interest him, but in real life and not virtually through television and through other people's gameplay. And I'm also challenging myself by creating this video, by recording this video right now. I'm challenging myself to be a creator the way I'm trying to teach my son. So I realize more often than not, we're telling our kids what to do, but we're leading by a different example. Or maybe not you, but that's how I am. I expect him not to be on the phone and enthralled in electronics while I doom scroll. Or I ask him to, not watch as much TV and to find something interesting to do when you're bored. But when I'm bored, I scroll my phone or I watch television. I get lost in some of the same things that I fear he's getting lost in. And so, this is a challenge from me to do what I say that I want him to do. In essence, it's time to put my money where my mouth is and practice what I preach. Because that's If we're not growing, what are we doing? Anyway, I'm trying to practice recording these videos without looking away, but I feel like I'm just staring into the camera and like that feels weird. It feels unnatural. I'm trying my best here. So, in any event, I think that's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon.